Step forward and prove themselves tonight.
Yeah, so they've been playing well. When they come to play with us, been doing very well, so hopefully they can keep it up.
There's some big names in the later stages of the Europa League. You look at the likes of Ajax, Inter Milan, Rangers possibly.
It's good teams are coming now, and we have to see now who we take next. But we'll be prepared and prepare everything to take them out.
It's been some week for Manchester United, hasn't it?
It's been nice. I don't know how many days, 8, 10 days. Another big important game for us on Sunday. Everton is doing good with the new manager, so let's try to keep it going.
Well done, gents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there you go, a landslide for the Reds, certainly. On the football field anyway. What did you think of the performance?
I thought the second half was outstanding. One of the best I've seen this season. I thought they were really good. I just thought the first half... Look, this Arteta team are really good in possession, and they had more possession United in the first half. But second half, they were more aggressive and they pressed. And we said they'll blow them away, and they did. I mean, all the young guys played well. They kept a clean sheet, so top drawer. Second half was absolutely outstanding. It's
been a really good night overall, hasn't it? All the British teams through. Your old side win. You get 2 for 1 on jackets. I mean, whatever way you look at it, it's been a successful evening.
I'm not even going to answer that question. No, it has. Last season, we thought it couldn't get any better. And, of course, you know, 2 teams winning the European competitions. It could very well happen again this year. You know, we're in a great position. British teams, you know, with the Scottish teams doing great as well. It is outstanding, and there's no question about it. We've taken the lead now in European football, and it's great. But we've only won, you know, one European Champions League, and we've got to press home that advantage over the next few years.
All right, well, let's get into the goals then from the second half. It was going, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know the difference, Jake, in the second half was Man United were much higher up the pitch. They sat in their own half for the majority of the first half. Second half, look, the whole team is in Arteta's half, and they dominated. Great bit of skill from Pereira. Lovely to see. Even the centre-backs are over the middle line there. Lovely weighted ball from Matic, and a great finish from Ashley Young. And that, I mean, the whole team is camped in that outside half. We didn't see that really once in that first half. And again, really good play. Everybody's involved. Matai's on side. Look at the numbers Man United have. That's what you want to see at Old Trafford. You know, you can respect Liverpool and Tottenham and Chelsea and Man City, but everybody else, you should go and blitz them, especially at Old Trafford. And they're good enough to do that. In the second half, they did it, and Arteta couldn't live with them. They got absolutely turned over.
Why do you think the first... And we'll look later about the difference between the two halves, but why do you think the first half was like it was? After 2 big games, did they just not take it seriously enough, have their foot off the gas?
No, I think once you get into that zone of playing in a certain way... So against Manchester City, it's right, let's sit back and go bang and attack, you know, counter-attack. And they were brilliant at it. But that was their last memory of a game. As soon as you start the next game, it's like, you know, that's how we're playing at the moment. And Owen's right. I think they've got to be better with the ball as well, because it's not every team that are going to come to play that are going to have more possession than them. They are Manchester United at the end of the day. So they need to learn both sides. It looks like they're absolutely flying when it comes to teams that have got possession and they just want to hit them on the break. But they've probably got to brush up with the ball. Now, first half, it wasn't good enough. We said that. It looks like Ollie... Solskjaer pretty much agreed with what we said and changed things, changed the formation, as Juan Mata said. Pereira then told us to press harder. And, I mean, all of a sudden, you could just see a massive difference.
And obviously one man who exploited that was Mason Greenwood. If we start talking about him as a great prospect for Manchester United, I'm always wary of putting too much pressure on young players at such an early stage. How do you read it?
No, he's fine. He's 18, but he's ready. Every time I watch him play, he plays. The goals that he scores, first of all, by the way, the whole team's pressing again. That's great. Love that from Garner. But, you know, I don't know what it is, Mo. You'll know better as a goal scorer, but everything, he hits the ball so cleanly. You know, he's not trying to hit it in the top corner and make it look beautiful. He finds the back of net, and I love watching him finish because he makes it easy. Could have been should have been a foul. But again, United were more positive. They pressed. And this guy, that's the right word, just a natural, isn't he, Mo?
Yeah, and it just shows you when you win the ball back, I know it was a foul, but you win the ball back in those areas, you're straight in with a chance. That's why pressing hard is so good.
He won the penalty as well?
He did, yeah, he did. I mean, he was a constant threat, wasn't he? First look, I thought, definite penalty. He probably played for it in a little way, but I still think it was a definite penalty. You know, he touched the ball out. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a penalty and tucked away nicely. I would have liked to see Mason Greenwood step up, actually, and maybe he could have got his hat-trick, but Juan Mata's not played so much lately. It was nice to see him get on the score sheet.
I know that you mentor a lot of young players, Michael. At the age that, and obviously, you know, he's not young anymore, he's 18. But are you looking at this age for ability or attitude?
No, you look for ability when they're really young. Now you look at pure the mental side of it. He's not going to really change loads now as he goes. It's just going to be his mental attitude. He's grown into his frame. He won't get much quicker now. He won't get much taller. He might thicken out a little bit. So it's all about now what's going on between their ears. I mentioned right at the start of the season, of course, they've got a lot of good kids coming through, but we had a group of about 5 or 6 on the bench and playing earlier on in this campaign, and I said, yes, there's some good players, but he's the one that could be Manchester United for a long time. Now there's another few coming through the ranks as well, but of this group at the moment, he's the one. The
reason I say you got to work and you got to press is because you don't learn anything by sitting in. You know, you don't learn anything by just waiting. You just take the initiative. That's what I want to see from the young guys. Martinelli does it at Arsenal. Greenwood does it here. Be on the front foot, force mistakes, press, even if it doesn't come off. You learn so much more about yourself, and that's what I want to see from the young guys. When they do that, then I think they have a really good chance to make it.
And what do you both look at for his progression now? You would have played in teams where young players come through, and you would have seen players make mistakes and not move on from this sort of area. And equally,
shoots. He's so composed. You know, he doesn't try and smash it. Picks the corner, he just makes it look so easy. And I thought the second half, Manchester United were outstanding. They're a bit more positive and pressed, a bit more aggressive, got in the half of Arteta and absolutely blew them away. One of the best halves of football this season.
Yeah, I mean, Robbie Savage mentioned in commentary, he can go either way, can't he? Right foot, left foot. It's probably something I wish I worked on more when I was a player, because it's so hard to defend against when you can do that. It remains to be seen whether he's going to end up being a wide man or a centre, you know, a straight down the middle, centre forward. But he's certainly a talent. He's certainly a very good finisher with a great touch as well.
And you know what, a really good night as well for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as their opponents support the fans who made the trip over to Old Trafford today. That is yet another impressive win in what has been a really good few matches. Manchester United, despite the fact that it was a pretty flat first half here, they must have listened to what the boys were saying at half-time, because they certainly responded. I'll tell you what, though, let's cross right now over to Ibrox. Rangers just gone down to 10 men, so they've had a man sent off. They need to take a point out of this game to qualify for the knockout stages. So as we stand right now, a single goal for Young Boys, and it's all over. Rangers, this is nervy moments.
It is, because in control at 1-0, and all of a sudden you go down to 10 men, you concede a goal yourself. You know,
Great chance there.
Of course, a minute to go. Stephen Gerrard does such a good job at Rangers. European nights up in Scotland, so great the atmosphere, and wouldn't it be a great achievement if he could just hang on for this? More seconds.
If they'd made the right decision there, it could have been a lot easier.
I wouldn't imagine seeing Stevie's face here with this ball. I mean, just play it down the line. Just killed the game off. Unfortunately, Young Boys just kicked it out of touch, but just managed the game, get to the end.
A flavour unlike anything else.